We have a few clouds. Right now it's 87 degrees, and the market is open here on Business for Breakfast. We'll keep you updated throughout the morning. Ken Morgan along with Doreen Conti today. And this first market update is brought to you by the professional investment advisory team at IQ Wealth Management, including CFP, MBA, and certified investment management analyst Murray Titterington. Learn more about the IQ Wealth Black Diamond dividend strategy. Visit trustiqwealth.com.
And right now, the Dow Jones is up a point at 18,575. The S&P 500 is up less than a point, 2182, but the NASDAQ is down very, very slightly at 5228.
What do you want to know about the state of Arizona? Well, you can find out by going to this website, azlibrary.com, and looking for the Ask program, something made possible by our Secretary of State, Michele Reagan, who is joining us in the studio this morning. I want to follow up on something you said a few minutes ago, be more specific. You said you've looked through there and you say, my God, we have that? Give me an example of something you found in there you were surprised about.
Last known picture of Geronimo.
Wow.
Wow. One of the last known pictures of Geronimo is in our state.
A photograph.
Photograph.
Yeah.
And the actual photograph, of course, is in our actual archive building under, very
right,
good protection. Mm-hmm. But stuff like that, you'd be amazed what's in our archive collection. We're going to be, to dovetail on what you just asked, we're going to be updating all of our exhibits at the Capitol Museum in 2017 with some of the amazing things that we've discovered in our archive collection, because we think this stuff all belongs to you.
Right.
The people.
Right.
And, our Capitol Museum, a lot of school kids come to the Capitol Museum, about 22,000 a year, but we want adults to start coming too. So what better way, instead of having to go to the archives to see some of this stuff, let's start showcasing it in our Capitol Museum.
That's a great idea.
Oh, we think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I've been there so many times at Capitol Museum. It's amazing.
It is absolutely an amazing place. And the fact that so much of it is original, it's not... It's the original stuff.
I know.
And most people don't really even know it's there. Again, that's free too.
If I understand how this would work, I would go to this website, and let's say that I have grown up watching TV shows and movies about Wyatt Earp, and I'm thinking it's the Old West and gunfights and that kind of thing. But I want to know more about Wyatt Earp. I put in to that website that's what I want to know about. Then do I make an appointment to come down and actually look at anything associated with that? Is that how it works?
Correct. It's going to pull up anything that we have in our archive collection about whatever topic you put in. So put in OK Corral. Anything that we have in our archive collection related to that is going to come up. And if something that you want to see then in person, you can go down and see it. But whatever can be scanned, and whatever could have been scanned and digitized would also be available to you online. So it could, in theory, save many people many trips down to the...
Not to discourage the trips,
discourage the trips, but,
right.
But a lot of people can't make it to Phoenix. We forget that the state is large. Where we don't all live in Maricopa County.
And it's not people just in Arizona that are going to look at our stuff.
Absolutely. We did the same thing with our genealogy library last year, and there was a little bit of pushback because people thought we were doing something bad with the genealogy books, and said, no, we're not doing anything bad with them. They're being stored in archives. But the good news is that now people from all over the world can look at them. And we do still have people that come down and want to see the actual genealogy books, which is great. But now they're in archives and properly taken care of. But now we also have people from all over the world logging on to look up.
Do you have any statistics yet, or is it so new that you don't know?
It's so new. We just did it last year.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. We're kind of criticized for that. I was kind of surprised instead of it being a great thing.
Really?
Yeah, some members of the genealogy community got real upset about that. But the response from genealogists from around the country have been remarkable, because they're excited they don't have to come to Phoenix.
Absolutely.
Well, as you know, you can say good morning to some people and they get upset. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you, the first article I read about that, I thought, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're bringing our amazing stuff into the new century here. This probably should have been done a while ago, but at least it's being done now.
And you're still adding stuff almost
absolutely
every week, I would assume.
Well, and that's the wonderful thing about history. History is created every day.
Yeah. All right, before
we're making it right now.
You're making it right
yes.
now, yeah.
Can you lock the door so she doesn't escape when I ask the next question?
Why?
Okay.
Why would I escape? Is it that bad?
No.
Am I going to need my Mountain Dew?
Yeah, you might.
You might.
Afterwards. No. We used to have Doug Ducey on our show on a regular basis when he was the treasurer to talk about how we're spending our money and how much we have and all that sort of stuff.
Well, it is My Money Radio.
And that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, so it'd be kind of a natural fit.
But here's the deal. We used to ask him when he was treasurer, are you going to run for governor? And he would always dance around and sidestep that. So I'm not going to ask
you.
I'm
do
not-
dance? I'm dancing right now.
I'm not going to ask you that question. I'm going to ask you, as you imagine things you might want to be someday, do you see yourself maybe as governor of the state? Because you're kind of next in line here now.
Well, I am next in line. Absolutely. But no dancing here. See, I'm
Yeah, I know.
standing very still.
You are.
I love being Secretary of State. It's a phenomenal job. It's probably the best role in state government.
Better than being the
Well, I can't say that because I've never been governor, but I absolutely love it. It's everything that I focused in on at the legislature. Elections, business. You know, when I was in the legislature, I was the chair of the Commerce Committee. I have a very robust business services division under the Secretary of State's office, 7,000 filings a month where we're getting to work with businesses from all over the state. This is kind of a dream job for me. So my goal, I really want to be able to do this for another
Until you
term
retire.
after this.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, I'm only allowed two
darn.
terms, but I'd like to be able to have 2 terms at this because I love it, and we're doing some phenomenal things there.
It's a pleasure to have you with us again this morning. Michele Reagan, thank you very much for being on. And again, for our listeners, azlibrary.gov, and go to the Ask program. Anything historically
I can't wait.
from last week to 100 years ago.
That's right.
What about before, the final question, before we were a state? Is there any of that information in there?
Territory.
Absolutely. A lot before we were state. Because
Okay.
you have to remember, we're getting a lot of stuff from other counties that are then digitized. So, for instance, Yavapai County, the Prescott area, that was around, that whole area was around long before.
First, you bet. First
They
territorial
were first,
capital.
and their history collections are sometimes much more in depth than some of the stuff we have here in Maricopa County.
All right, you might not have thought about being Secretary of State or Governor, but you might have thought about investing in real estate. And that's what we're going to talk about with this 3-day event coming up that's going to tell you everything you need to know. Michele Reagan, thank you very much for
Thank
joining us this
you.
morning.
Have a great day.